As they head towards turn 4, Hamilton's going to force Verstappen the long way round. By the time they get to the corner, he's about a third of a car in front. By the time they get out of the corner, he's a whole car in front. Max Verstappen is ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton is just leading ahead then of Max Verstappen on the inside of the Ferrari Esteban Ocon as Verstappen goes into turn 1 and goes past them.
We are Prodigy.
Towards turn 4, Hamilton's going to force Verstappen the long way round. By the time they get to the corner, he's about a third of a car in front. By the time they get out of the corner, he's a whole car in front. Max Verstappen is ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton is just leading ahead then of Max Verstappen on the inside of the Ferrari Esteban Ocon as Verstappen goes into turn 1 and goes past them.
Baby,
Looks like Jensen, Jolly, and Hammer have all the first people to leave the pits. Followed along
Anyway.
with the two houses.
Wait, we haven't done the intro yet, Sam.
Have
What,
we?
what,
I think
what
we
are you
have.
doing? No, like, we haven't introduced the stream. I don't know. Anyway, welcome guys to another Amethyst Racing Tier 1 race, this time at Belgium. As you can probably tell, I'm a little ill at the moment. I've been losing my voice, so I'm gonna sound a little weird. But we have Sam up here with us. Say hi, Sam.
Bonjour.
That'll do. And I think that's about it. So, just a normal short qualifying today. We'll have to create a new lobby to apply the grid penalties, and then underway with the 50% race. Only 14 drivers today. We might be able to.
13.
Yeah, because
Since
Lotus left.
yeah, low Sam.
Uh,
And for some reason, I know Jagan's a full-time Aston Martin, but if for some reason he's in a Haas, he's still got his reserve contract for Haas.
yeah, so yeah, M. Yagan, who's currently in a Haas, does race for Aston Martin, but originally his contract has a clause stating that because he was bought from Haas originally and moved over, and they agreed that if Haas needed a reserve, then Yagan would have to do that for him. But yeah. Okay, Logistum is really struggling. Let's get all this good stuff up here.
So Hamid actually on a hot lap. Obviously on the sub compound and making his way through Spa. Doesn't have a fast 6-1 yet. And mostly no one's set a lap yet.
Well, it looks like one of the Ferraris is going to be the first to cross the line. But Hamridir is the third person out on track so far. Does set a purple sector 2. So let's see Luhov coming across the line now. First lap of the day. And I guess he invalidated it because... or maybe he just came out. That wasn't his out lap, was it?
No, I think he validated, but Hamid going to be setting the fastest lap as he just came through the bus stop chicane with a 1 minute 42.7. So that is currently the time to beat for a professional pole. Obviously, that can change since we are just at the start of qualifying. And there we go. Yeah, Jagan, the full-time Aston Martin driver and Tier 1 reserve for Haas today. So I've taken that provisional pole away with a 1 minute 42.3.
Yeah, taking it away from his teammate.
Oh yeah, I've got completely forgot about that. Teammates, but Jagan currently racing for a different team. And Joe Bean actually taking that P2 position away from Hamid at 1 minute 42.370.
So it looked like
Improved by 4
Hamridir's...
attempts there.
Yeah, Hamridir's first lap looked quite far off the pace. You know, if the two guys who have gone after him have already beaten it by 4 tenths. And Joe Bean as well is actually the new Williams team principal since the departure of Hodgkinson. So it's going to be interesting to see how he manages the team.
So he was in Aston Martin, of course, paired alongside Hamid in Tier 1, and then retired after Imola, and since come back since last week in Austria where he unfortunately DNF'd at turn 3 with Hammer, and that was investigated, and we said that was Joe's fault. And as we watch, for me, watching Joe Bean spinning out. But yeah, Joe Bean has come back as a Williams driver, was signed under Hodgkinson, but since the retirement of Hodgkinson, Joe Bean has now become has become the team principal for Williams, as well as keeping his tier 1 seat. So that's
Yeah. So, welcome to the stream, Alex. Good to see you here. A lot of people come into the pits now for their first laps. Obviously, track evolution near the end of the session, the lap times are really gonna improve.
So some drivers still to set some laps, so that is going to be for Razzie, Sogard, Ratcliffe and Logestam. Looks like Logestam has fixed his issues, but has an invalid lap. Ratcliffe is in the pits. Looks like they did one lap and just come straight back in.
No webcam. Not today, Alex, not today. So Algamadi currently on a hot lap, nearly 7/10 up, just through sector 2 there for him. It's looking like a fast lap. Just gotta get this last chicane right. Nice and neat through there, full throttle to the finish line. Let's see where this puts him. And he stays 9th. Did he invalidate or something? He for sure looked a lot quicker, unless the timing stuff top right lied to me. Huh. Anyway, I've been waiting since 2021. Yeah, no, I still yet to do that, Alex, and I think you'll be lucky if you do see it. So how are you at Spa then, Sam? If you're here. I don't think he is. Maybe he's eating his pizza. Sound tired, yeah. Do I sound different, Alex? I must do. I don't sound different, really. Well, I said at the start of the stream, I've been ill, and the last few days I've been losing my voice. So I'm trying really hard throughout this stream to not sound like an idiot. Yeah, losing your voice and being a commentator doesn't usually go well. Anyway, oh no, anyways, that's so mean. You want me to help you commentate? Oh, I got Sam. Well, I had Sam, but I don't know where he's gone. And Lurgistum has gone again. Alright. I mean, no wonder he hasn't set a lap. He's trying to get in the goddamn lobby. You do sound like a human being. Thank you? Is that... I'm not really sure what to take of that. This is your binder, right? Manual binder?
I'm back. Sorry about that. I was going to tell you that I was leaving to get my food, but you were commentating, so I didn't want to interrupt you.
No worries. Someone said in the chat that I sound like a human being.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
really
you sound like an alien.
like an alien.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Wasa Phoenix. Alright, let's see who's out on track. Sogard is going into the pits, alright. Let's have a look at Jarvazol, who does have a 3-place grid penalty. So he's going to be looking to get as high up as he can during this qualifying. Let's see what this lap does for him. And that is an extremely slow lap, so obviously messed it up in some way. Here he goes again for another attempt.
Yeah, I believe he may have had it in Valor Lab. I mean, he's currently on a 159, so that was very off the pace. So him and Lowstone aren't looking good so far. For, you know, certainly a decent lap, or not centre lap at all.
I mean, Largiston just keeps on leaving, so I think he's having a lot of technical issues. Why have I been ill, Alex? I don't know, it's a good question. I would love to know why as well. It's one of those things, you know? You do sound different, lots of voice cracks. Yeah, there are a lot of voice cracks. I hope you get better soon. Oh, thank you. Alright, here we go through the bus stop chicane. Let's see if this lap's been any kinder to Charles. It has, goes 6th fastest for him. So as it stands at the moment, if he finished the qualifying session in 6th, he would be starting P9 on the grid. So he needs to really get up there. There you go, another voice crack.
Yeah, I think instead of that Rybates game crash counter, we should have a Will Lightning voice crack counter. Since Will was going through puberty again in terms of voiced.
Yeah, an 18-year-old going through puberty for a second time. We do like it. I think if we had one of those counters, it would just be off the screen, to be honest. So...
yeah, it would be off the charts.
Off the charts, yeah. Let's see how Jolly's getting on. I haven't seen too much of Jolly. Does have a car ahead of him, hopefully it won't get in his way.
I've just realised as well, Hamdir chopped down to 5th, with Housley and Luhoff actually setting a faster lap than him. So
And Jolly does actually set a purple sector too.
And Lurstone, actually, while you're saying that, gets P4 with 142.592, so not too bad from Lurstone after finally fixing his struggles with his game. Yeah, as Jolly comes through the bus stop chicane with a Williams in front of him, could get a nice tow here.
And only good enough for Knight. I don't think he improved on that, did he? Or
I'm not too
navigator
sure.
just
But,
spinning out after turn 1. I should be in tier 1. Zealous is a freaking noob. You do realise that Zealous is no longer your team principal, right?
and I believe one of the main reasons you aren't in tier 1 is because at the end of the league you kind of left the league. So
That's true, you did leave, didn't you? I forgot about that.
that is sort of one of the reasons as well.
There's a lot of cars coming through Sector 2 here. I believe they're all warming up their tyres, preparing for their next laps.
And it looks like Al Gamdi, one of your drivers actually will improving. I can't remember who he was now, or was, but currently P10.
He was 11th, so he made up 1 place.
And he will make up a place as well, since there'll be a couple of grid place penalties to be served out. And Charlie actually improving, scoring better than his teammate Jehovah taking that P7 position. So as it stands, Jehovah due to the 3-place grid penalty, will be starting 11th as it stands.
So let's ride on board with Bean here on his hunt for that pole position. And speaking of pole position, Yagan actually extends his lead with a 142.0. So Bean is going to have to find nearly 4/10 in this lap. So let's see if he can do it.
So yeah, he's gonna have to improve his lap. I mean, qualifying is finished, so it's the last chance he has.
He does set a purple sector 2, so it's looking like a strong lap. And all he has to do now is just get through the bus stop chicane without any issues. He gets it done nicely and across the line. Let's see what he's does. And it's not good enough. He stays P2, and Luhoff behind him now has an opportunity at that P2 position or even P1.
And Hammerly actually.
Yeah, Hammerdeer coming back and taking that pole, provisional pole at least. Only 200ths ahead of Yagan. And it looks like Yagan here has actually managed another hot lap. But it's not enough to take that provisional pole back. It looks like at the moment, Luhoff doesn't improve, stays 4th. It's only Jahavzor now out on a lap, but he hasn't validated. So, that is going to be the qualifying complete. Hamidir taking pole position here at Belgium. Jahavzor just running through that sign for no apparent reason. And Yagan in P2 and Joe Bean in P3. By the way, well, in Tier 2 last week you were lagging quite a bit, and I recommended going back to controller because you're used to it. Yeah, no, last race I was lagging a lot for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what Jahavzor was doing either. He couldn't quite decide whether to go into the pits or not. I'm not sure why he needs to go in the pits. anyway. And you recommend going back to controller? I did debate going back to controller, but I've just spent too much time on the wheel now that it's too late to go back. So I'm sticking with it even though it may be worse. What a machine that Aston Martin is. It really is. Although if I do say so myself, that Alfa Romeo is looking quite fine too. So, let me just take note of these qualifying positions.
It's in a self chat already for you, mate.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. My voice is starting to go already. Alright, so bear with us guys while we create a new lobby and set these grid penalties for the race. I really hope in F122 they find a better solution for leagues and stuff. It'd be
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's highly requested, I think, but what can you do? Alex, I appreciate the offer, but I think me and Sam are doing good up here. Alright, let's invite these guys up.
Bear with me, I'm gonna go get my water to hydrate.
Alright, so just gotta create the lobby again, get all the settings correct. Then set the grid, which we do love doing. Alright, all the settings are good. No, we just need to get all the drivers in. You know what, Alex, how about this next tier 1 race? You can come up here. How about that? Alright, who needs an invite for this lobby? You're not racing, Alex. You want to spectate? I'm afraid you're just going to watch through the stream. Yeah, whenever I try like a higher quality, like 1080p or something, I mean theoretically I can handle it, but I don't know, my Streamlabs just doesn't like it. It's quite annoying.
Yeah, it also depends on your internet as well.
Yeah, well, my internet isn't ideal, to be honest.
I mean, you could have a sick PC, but if your internet can't handle it, then it's a bit of an L.
Right,
Oh,
who
well,
are
I'm
we
obviously,
waiting
I've
on
got,
here?
um,
Oh, Razzie.
way on,
I don't have that Razzie I added. Can someone else add him?
I think I might have him added. Just bear with me. I haven't added him, let me invite him.
And then let's see if Green
There we
wants
go,
to join
Charlie.
us now.
I have no idea if he's, I'll send him an invite on Steam.
Housley also needs to pick his team. But I do need to make the grid, so no one ready up, please. Alright. So Hamid P1, Yagan P2, Bean 3, Luhoff P4, Lodge P5. But as I'm saying this isn't including this isn't including the penalties, yeah. Housley's P. And now I go dying.
Lovely.
Oh my god. Right. Let's carry on with this.
Hydrate. We've got 4 hydrates.
Oh my god.
Would you want me to
Jesus.
take half and you take half?
Alright, we can do that.
Alright. I'll take 2 long steps. That's one. And that's 2. Lovely.
Let's see. Who else needs a grid penalty? Just Luha.
Seems like Day has decided to join the party and spectate today.
How's he managed to get in?
No idea, but you might want to kick him. He's not fuck smash my door.
How you doing, Connor? I'm sorry, Alex. Rules are rules. Can you ping Housley to pick his team?
Sure.
Alright, we're all good to go.
We good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Let me ping him. There we go.
All right, here we are. Everyone picking their setups. Hopefully they don't forget, because that would not be good. But, I mean, Belgium, for me, I do not like. Partially because I suck at it. Also because the curbs absolutely kill me whenever I touch them. And if I struggled on controller, I'm going to struggle on wheel. I haven't raced Belgium on my wheel yet. And
Where's the practice, man? Honestly.
I know, it's terrible, to be honest.
I really like the fact that there is a Mercedes billboard in above the McLaren garage. I
That's
understand they
actually
are.
true.
I
Why is
understand
that?
they or McLaren are powered by Mercedes engines, but fair play. And a Red Bull board is above an Aston Martin board.
Oh, it makes sense. What allergies are those, Alex? Alright, remember guys, it's only the formation lap at the start. The thing that bees pollinate. You mean pollen? No, it's just hay fever.
Yeah, it's got hay fever.
I mean, that might be just like an English thing, I don't know.
A lot of people have hay fever in England. I have it, but I have it mildly.
Yeah, same.
My dad gets it quite bad.
Oh, someone said that P7 is on mediums. You're correct. That's going to be a penalty for Jahavazol.
I mean, how shouldn't Jehovah's had a penalty anyway? Jehovah's had a free place, didn't he?
Oh shit, yeah. It's because it wasn't on the spreadsheet. I forgot.
Right. Okay.
It'll be served next week.
All right. Okay.
But I mean, he's going to be getting a time penalty added onto
Yeah.
the rest of his time for picking the wrong tire.
And I think he did that because, I think he did that because he knew he was gonna be outside the top 10.
No,
I think that's
with his penalty, he would have been 10. So
he was 8th though.
no, 7th.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he's starting 7th because someone ahead of him had a penalty. So yeah, in the quali he finished 8th, but someone ahead of him
Oh yeah.
had a grid penalty.
Right. Okay. So yeah, he'll be getting a time penalty for the mediums. Oh, the incorrect tires, sorry, should I say? And we'll just have to serve his free place till next week.
What do you mean maths well? Even if he had his grid penalty applied today, he would have been P10. He would still had to start on softs. What? No, your maths isn't adding up, Alex. Yeah, but Mika had a bigger penalty. No, Mika had a bigger penalty than him.
So here we go, 5 lights. Away we go here at Belgium. Good start from Jagan there. Let's see. Oh,
Oh, and
And a collision between Al Gamd and I believe that's Jehovah Soul. And that's me of the VSC.
wow, straight off the bat, big collision.
I wonder what happened there.
Alfa Romeo getting retired from that, and it looked like Jahavazol lost his front wing. Not entirely
Looks
sure
like
whose fault what that was.
I think it was Jehovah Soul lost control there after the start, went into the wall, sorry. And then it looked like Al Gamd just went to the back of him. But I'm sure we'll see an investigation about that. But that's very unfortunate. I mean, last week the reason Jehovah Soul had a free place because they had collision. They had a collision at turn 1 on the first lap. And they have collision on the first lap again, just not at turn 1. So I'm sure we'll have a ticket made about that later on after the race. And that's going to be very unfortunate for Alfa Romeo since El Gamdi is in a driver racing today. So that's going to be very unfortunate for you as well, Will.
Yeah, it's not great for Alfa Romeo. Very unlucky for Al Gamli. I do feel bad for him. Because, I mean, from what you said, it sounded like it wasn't his fault. And unfortunately, we didn't quite catch it on stream. But, yeah, a safety car, not even past the first corner, so...
Yeah, this same as last week in Tier 2, actually. We had a VSC on the not even on the first, like, just everyone went round turn 1, we already had VSC. Or half of the grid went round turn 1, we had a VSC. Last week on Tier 2 Austria. And obviously that was a lot worse to start since it was wet and everyone wasn't full wets. But Lewis managed to get in front of Joe Bean.
Yeah, well, I mean, Yagan managed to take the lead from Hamadir in the first corner. So Yagan is going to be leading this Grand Prix with Hamadir behind. And Housley has had a really bad start, actually losing 5 places. And Conor Ratcliffe, who started in 10th, lost 2 places.
Yeah, and just going off there, but Joe Bean actually, I believe he picked up a 5-second penalty for colliding with Lurchdam. I've no idea what that was about, but he did manage to pick up 5-second penalty somehow.
Yeah, well, I mean, if at the end of this race, he hasn't served it and there isn't another safety car, it could be potentially removed. So drivers shouldn't bank on the fact that he has a 5-second penalty.
But sometimes if you box under a non-safety car, it will generally serve that penalty so. But if you just serve that, it can be appealed and we can sort him up. Or, deduct 5 seconds, sorry, from where he placed. So.
Because the issues with it is, if you have if you pick up a penalty, you serve it, not under a safety car, and then in the latter stages of the race there's a safety car. That safety car then groups all of you up. And if you then remove the 5-second penalty at the end of the race, the driver, because they served it before the safety car, they effectively just gain a free 5 seconds. Because everyone's so close together, that's a lot of places. You have to go? Oh, it was good having you in the stream, Alex, while you were here. Alright, I'll wait for you to be back, Alex. Oh, only a few minutes, okay.
It looks like we're going to have another lap of safety car. Hopefully, this should be the last lap. Still no laps of racing so far due to the collision earlier on. after everyone pulled off from the grid. But it's looking like this will be the last lap of safety car we will have.
I mean, it seemed like drivers were caught up, so I'm not entirely sure why it didn't go in.
I believe he did go in. He did lose his wing, but he has got a new wing now, so he's caught with the pack. Kind of pun Conor Ratcliffe. He is on the medium, so he's gonna have a bit of a slow start. But I mean, I don't know if he boxed for new mediums or not, but
I'm not
he
sure. I
could
mean,
just go
after only
full
one
length on the
lap,
mediums.
after only, you know, a corner of racing, I don't think there's really a need to change your tyres.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose he is gonna have to box one more time onto a different compound. Since he started the mediums as well. But if he did box, who knows? But actually, yeah, he did box. He's on 0 lap mediums, so looks like he boxed for new mediums for unknown reasons.
Fair enough.
He will have to box it again due to the fact you cannot stay on the same compound.
Well, I mean, he's not going to be going to the end on these set of mediums regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, that just wouldn't be possible, surely. I mean, the tyre degradation around Belgium is reasonably high, isn't it?
I can't remember, but yeah, I actually don't know. I haven't properly practiced yet, but race control has said safety car in this lap, jagging at the front of the pack, holding down the pack, getting some distance from the safety car, and jagging is gonna have to slow down the pack as much as he wants, and go as fast as much as he wants. As long as the safety car goes in, he can start accelerating as much as he wants.
So yeah, the key now is just getting some temperature into those tyres, and then picking the optimum place
And here he
to
goes.
try catch him out. Yeah, here you go. Well, he does just slow down a little bit out the exit there to confuse him, and now we are underway again with the safety car restart. Green flag, and a pretty damn good start for Jagen. Nearly a second ahead of Hamidir, but not quite. It's going to be, what is it, 2 laps before DRS is enabled. So he really needs to focus on pushing, using all of that battery to try and get out of that DRS detection range.
And yeah, there's gonna be no laps, no DRS for 2 laps. Which I hope is something like a freezing time penalty, but it looks like Hamilton just gaming a bit. It looks like he just gained 2 attempts from there since he's been in the slipstream. Jagan had a bit of an awkward corner there through that little sausage chicane. Still maintaining a good distance for him. Seems to maintain 7 attempts. But Hamilton, he proved this last season and through this season as well, that he's got a very good pace and second two.
And Joe Bean's
don't know
actually
what
spun
that was.
around. That is disastrous for Joe. That's left him right at the back of the pack.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has wing damage or anything damage at all. But besides talent,
I mean,
no diss there.
I was spectating him that entire time, and the 1 second I look away to look at the chat, I look back and I see he spun round. So I would imagine it was driver error, but I can't be sure. It could be possible that contact was made, but I didn't see it if there was.
Yeah, I believe he might have ran the curb a bit too hard there. I don't know what times that is where he spun out, but for me, my time trials and just practicing overall, I spun out a couple of times there. And obviously, Jagan picking up fastest up the race with 1:45.5.
Yeah, the curves are extremely deadly around here.
And Jagan, actually made a 1.2 second gap between him and Hamidir. So this is working out perfectly so far for Jagan.
And Housley right on the back of Kay Davies. Going wheel to wheel here. down the straight here, and the McLaren also looking very strong behind. It looks like it's going to be 3 wide coming into turn 4 here. Not quite, the McLaren does just back out. Davies staying ahead, and the Haas still right on his bumper. Oh, just trying to squeeze himself in there, Housley. And still side by side, Davies doing all he can to defend off of the Haas. And he does really well. And now Housley's got to worry about the McLaren behind him, because all this battling with Davies has allowed him to catch up. It looks like Al Gamdi is asking to come up and commentate. Do you mind bringing him up here, Sam?
I really don't mind. So I was just trying to get the FP1 practice up at Miami. Obviously, it is race weekend this week after another 2-week wait. The new track of Miami.
No, it's true. But why him but not me? Because Al Gamdi is now a commentator for Tier 2. Since, he's out of this race early, he's... why not bring him up since he is officially a commentator now? Yeah, Sam, do you mind dragging him up here?
Yeah, sure. We'll do that for him.
So Housley has actually managed to get ahead of Davies now. And Ratcliffe... I'm losing my voice. As actually Davies and Ratcliffe have both got ahead of Housley on that straight there. And Davies manages to find his way back in front of the two, but Ratcliffe trying a sneaky little switch back there. Really close, the two of them. And Connor, slightly ahead going into this next corner, but Davies has the inside line. Still side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Looked like Davies gave him a little bit of a shove there, and Connor does manage to stay ahead. Al Gamdi, welcome. How you doing?
Hello there. Some great battling going on with Ratcliffe and Davies here. None of them giving up on any spot.
Yeah, I mean, Ratcliffe, Davies and Housley for the last 3 or so laps have been really close together, fighting it out.
Yeah, I heard at some point there were 3 wide going into turn 4.
Yeah, well, I think
Which is incredible.
Did pull out last second, because 3 wide through there never usually works.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But some very clean and close racing from the... Whoa, holy crap. from these 3. I'm losing my voice now, fucking hell. But
it's catching.
It's very impressive from these 3.
So, Al Gamdi, what happened at the start? I saw you sent me a clip, but I couldn't quite watch it.
So at the start, what happened was completely normal start, and I think it's the Alpine, if I'm not mistaken, was going for a start, but then Housley ghosted somehow, and then it somehow threw him off or something from my perspective, and then he crashed into the wall. I moved to the left, but because he bounced off the wall, he took out my front right as well, but I can accept it. It's fine. We move.
It's quite ironic how he's the one to have crashed into the wall, but he doesn't DNF, and it's you.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I'm starting to build up a reputation with being extremely unlucky through turn 1 in every single race. But although I didn't even have a fast start to where I would go 2 wide or 3 wide. If anything, I went slower in the beginning, and then I started catching up to speed, and all of a sudden I saw Housley just completely fine. Oh, Davies
just
spinning.
span out at the start of Sector 3. Just completely lost the rear end there. I'm not sure if he went on the curb, but he's going to be needing...
Maybe he went on the grass or something.
Yeah, he's going to be needing...
It's really unfortunate, though.
I believe that is crash 1, or crash number 1 for Mr. Roy Bates.
Oh, it is. That's
And
right.
Was that a collision between two drivers, or
What do you mean with the Ferrari?
it seems to me that Rory is actually disconnected. There's an X next to his name.
Yeah, it was a game
Yeah,
crash.
his game
on
crashed.
on the stream we have a game crash counter.
So that's number one, or is it
That
number
is
two?
number one. That's number one, yeah.
Ooh.
Which, to be fair, to get through the entirety of qualifying without crashing is very impressive.
Up until when you need it the most.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that's kind of what happened to me. I was like led to believe that my race was going to be absolutely fantastic. I knew I had a little bit more race pace. Like my quality pace is, excuse my language, absolute dog shit. But usually my race pace picks it back up, and it's better for me because whenever I see something, a driver in front of me, I always have enough speed to catch up, and it's not risky to spin because there's no need to have fear of spinning. So that's
Right.
usually why. But as we go back into the race, it seems like Hamadir is P7 behind Rory right
Oh,
now.
Jahavazol behind Hamadir just completely loses it and has
Oh,
taken off his entire
It's
front
gone
wing.
onto the gravel.
So another big crash there for Jahavazol on another front wing. It's the second one
Front
already this
wing.
race.
And Roy Bates in front of Hamadir. Looks like Hamadir's going to go down the inside. Never mind. Oh, what was that? No idea what
Oi.
happened there. But Roy Bates back in the game, I think. Holding back Hamadir.
Oh, it
How many
seems
go down the
Ratcliffe is
inside?
back in, and he's currently P1, but still has to pit.
So yeah, you can see all of the soft runners now coming into the pits. And I believe Connor actually started on mediums. So hence why he
Oh,
is
Housley
at the
behind
front.
Ratcliffe.
And Housley does just
And
make
he
the move
manages to
there.
overtake him.
So yeah, these guys. Oh wait, it looks like Connor's pitted as well, because he's on the softs now.
Was he on mediums?
Yeah, he
I-
saw the
I've-
mediums.
But yeah, he started on the mediums.
Wait, let me check through the...
How does he
But,
actually get to P1?
Yeah,
then?
it seems...
No
So
idea.
as of right now, he's on for what seems to be net P2. Oh, gets overtaken by... Don't know how to pronounce the name. By another Haas. It's a 1-2 for Haas as of right now. Who
Yeah,
would have
Haas-
thought?
Haas right now looking extremely strong. One of them having a little.
Yeah, it looks
moment
like,
there on the curb.
Team orders there. Jagan, sorry, passing Housley. Jagan goes for fast 62, however, on the medium compound.
As he's done his one stop, so he's currently net P1.
Yeah, I mean,
But
with those.
Housley needs to pit, so
Oh, here you
there's
go.
definitely
Yeah.
team orders there.
And Housley actually coming in to pit. And that puts Ratcliffe back in P2.
You can see quite a few drivers pitting now as well, along with Ratcliffe's teammate Rory Bates.
Also, I haven't seen Ratcliffe pitting. What lap did he pit in?
Someone said in the
might
chat.
pit.
Someone said in the
Lap
chat that
3.
he pitted lap 1.
I think he was lap because he has 7 lap old softs right now. So, is he trying to last these for the entire time, or has he had damage? So he had to pit anyways.
I know lap 3. We would have still been under safety car then, no? So maybe at the end of the
Oh, yeah,
safety
yeah.
car he. But surely that wouldn't make any sense to do that.
I wouldn't, yeah. Because
must have got
you still
damage.
had some good tire left. But maybe it's some brilliant strategy planning from Ratcliffe to not have to pit.
Yeah, I don't know, but I
But
mean,
then
at the
again-
moment, what he's just got to focus on doing is making the most of these softs. Because he's going to have to pit
Exactly.
again.
Because as of right now, there's 7 lap old softs, which is at the point where mediums start to outpace them.
Yeah. And
So he needs to put in the best laps of his life.
with still 12 laps left to go, I wonder if he's gonna, make these last a few laps extra. Then maybe he could even think about going to softs again.
Soft again, yeah.
Whether around Belgium though, with the tire degradation, I don't know how feasible that is.
Oh, he's
He's actually
pitting.
coming into pit this lap.
Interesting. Honestly, if it
So-
was me, I would start on softs and like if there's a safety car, I would go right to mediums. So then I would not have to stop again.
Yeah, he's going to mediums now. So
But it
that's
does
going to
appear
be
to be-
his last pit stop of this race.
He has 2 stops as well.
So we're currently halfway through the race. 11 laps to go. 11 laps down.
Also,
What?
it appears that the Haas in P1 is extremely far ahead compared to Hamadir in P2.
5
Yeah,
second
Hammer-
gap already.
Yeah, it
It's
was
a
'cause-
5-second gap.
Yeah, it's because Radcliffe was in front of Hamdir, and Hamdir was quite. I think he was about 2 seconds behind Hamdir, so it's obviously allowed Jagan to get in front a lot. Tim just using that little bit of like Astro looking stuff there to get a better exit out of that corner. Staying there on the inside there, and it's gonna come through these little sausage corners, and he's still gaining from Hamdir.
Yes, he seems to be still gaining.
Let's
he
get
does
past
have
Simpson too.
older. He has newer mediums though.
How old are his mediums?
He's only 1 lap older, Hamadir, than.
Okay.
Is it Jagan or Yagan?
I'm not entirely
Just,
sure.
it was Jagan.
Oh, it's Jagan.
I'll call him Jagan, yeah. In P1. But some very, very interesting results as of right now. As he's still currently net P1, and he's still gaining.
I mean, the gap now is nearly 6 seconds. When it was 5 seconds, just a lap ago.
Lap ago, yeah.
So Jagan's race pace is really showing here. I mean, we know that I think it's ranked 3rd in Norway for F1 esports, which is just insane. So yeah, Hamadir's
It's
gonna
impressive.
have his money cut out for him.
But some really impressive race pace from Jagan and the Haas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But let's move down the order and see how everyone's doing. Ooh, Luhoff is just behind Jolly.
Yeah, so
Thinking about maybe making an overtake.
Jolly's teammate has had a pretty big shock of a race so far. So, and Joe Bean DNFs.
Whoa!
That's only a safety car.
What has happened with Joe Bean?
So
I think he spun. He might have gone
Raz-
too hard.
Razzie and hard drive, so cutting the hard compound. We could see him box here, and possibly try to go 10 laps on softs. I don't know if it's possible or not, but
Oh no.
we could see him box onto a better compound. But yeah, that's gonna be Joe being out of the race.
Jahavazov just got a drive-through penalty as well.
Ooh. And Grevin
So-
in P3 with a 3-second time penalty for exceeding
Jahavazov's-
track limits multiple times.
Jahavazov's race has just gone from bad to worse.
It's unfortunate. But as of
Well,
right now, it's quite unfortunate for Jagan, as he's currently P1, and he had a very big lead, and now it's changing as of right now.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
There
gonna
could be some more
interesting.
battling with Hamadir.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Hamid has managed to find his way back into P2. But
And
yeah,
Hamadir probably was praying for the safety car to happen. I would, if I was in this spot, as it would mean a big difference to be P2 and P1 when it comes to points.
oh yeah, very big.
As the drivers line up behind each other, currently 5 drivers, and Housley catching up to the rest of the pack. and seems that every other driver is. There's a lot of pits as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, the strategy is going to be really interesting to see.
A lot of change. And change is good because that always makes it interesting.
But yeah, I mean, for Jaharazol, it looks like his race is going to be nearly over at this point. He's going to need a miracle
I would say, yeah.
with that drive-through.
Yeah. But he's made 3 stops, 2 for penalty and 1 for a change of compounds, I would assume. But or 3 for damage, sorry.
Yeah.
But this is getting really interesting.
And it's also interesting to see actually that.
Oh! And that's been
Dragon's
Jagin. Just lost on the card there.
And he's
He's
going
at
all the
the
way
box, right?
down
Oh.
to P8.
And I think he might have just race quit there. He's
What happened?
got Frank.
The stream
He,
didn't catch it.
He might have got. I think he pressed the throttle a bit too early, or maybe too much, and spun, and then broke his front wing. That is incredibly unfortunate. He was on for a win.
Yeah, he was looking extremely strong that entire race.
Oh, he
Oh.
just hit the back of
But that's the AI.
Patrick. That was a very interesting safety car.
Wow.
And I think the safety cars were actually worked out for Halsey since he's in public chat. He asked someone if he could. He asked someone to cause the safety car so he gets hay fever tablets. So that's going to be a plus for Housley. And
Yeah.
Haas double stacking there.
I mean, Haas were looking extremely strong, but now both of them
They
come
were
into
on-
the
they were-
pits.
Yeah, they were P1, P2 at some point, but Jagan was net P1. But it all came down with a very cloudy and sad weather. It's unfortunate though,
Yeah, I mean, spinning
incredibly
like,
unfortunate.
spinning on your own during racing sucks. On the safety car,
It's something else
that
entirely.
has got to hurt.
Maybe the pressure got to him. He didn't expect this result. I don't know. Is this his first ever race?
No, he raced. It's either his second or third race. I can't remember.
But that was going to be an incredibly close result for either P1 or P2. But as of right now, it's Hamidur, and I don't have the names up, but for me it's Grevin and Jolly.
Oh, Grevin
Who's
is
currently-
Logiston.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I might change the names now just to make it better. But I think the safety car will be coming in this lap, as everyone has lined up, and we should be back to racing in no time.
So, Kissers in the chat has asked who's commentating. We actually have 3 commentators up here at the moment. So, obviously me. Then we have Sam Palmer and Al Gamdi as well.
And race control, safety car and slap. The pack is together, and Hamley is slowing down the pack to warm up his tyres. Looks like Lursam's quite hungry. He's trying to get alongside him. Hamley's not having any of it. Still trying to warm up his tyres. And Jolly actually in P3. No idea where that came from.
Ooh,
That's where
that was interesting. Let's see how old his tires are. He could last these out easily till the end of the race with only 8 laps to go. He could be still on for a podium.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But same with Radcliffe, who's currently P4. There could be a big fight for the podium positions. And we're back to racing, and see how interesting this gets. Hamidur still leading, no dives, and no attempts to overtake.
Yeah, I mean, Logiston has just really got to keep the pressure up on Hamida here. Make sure in these first few laps he can stay within the 1 second mark. and get that DRS if he, can't make an early attacking move. But the slipstream down this back straight here is super strong.
It's super powerful.
And,
Ooh, takes a peek down the inside. Still just trying to keep up the pressure on Hamadir. And he's actually gaining. Oh, another cheeky look down the inside. Tries to go on the outside, but stays back.
I mean, he's trying everything at the moment, getting a look down every possible angle. I just got to mention to the stream, for some reason, I'm getting like a little bit of desync, it looks like.
Oh,
Was
big
that
snap
a
of
drift?
oversteer.
Nicely held by him.
Oh, he caught that in the nick of time, because if he didn't, that could have been incredibly heartbreaking
Oh yeah, for sure.
for the AlphaTauri boys. But he's still within the... He does have a lot of penalties as well.
How many
6
penalties?
seconds,
6
of
seconds,
time
wow.
penalties. That's a lot. So it seems his ERS has run out, so Hamadir could be looking good for this straight as he's built up a decent margin after that big snap of oversteer.
And Luhofer
Almost a
actually looking
second.
down the inside of Jolly into turn 1. Little bit of contact between the two. And it looks
It
like
seems Jolly... Whoa. Oh. Are they going to go too wide?
It nearly looked like they're going to go too
Ooh,
wide.
I think
out
Jolly-
for Rouge.
Yeah, Jolly backed out of it in the last moment
Oh,
to avoid
and,
any unnecessary collisions.
sorry to cut the cars off, but it looks like Davies was dropped down quite a bit. I think he had span on top of Rouge. But currently
Ooh.
now we're P11. I think he dropped from P7. But yeah, Davies going out of points now.
But to see how Haas could have gone from a 1-2, or maybe just a podium finish, to currently P9 and P10 is absolutely heartbreaking.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're not going to be happy with that at all.
I would assume Jagan would be looking for redemption on the next race. I know I would, but incredibly unfortunate from the Haas.
It looks like Razzie here down the back straight, going around the outside of Rory Bates. Wheel to wheel.
Ooh.
A little bit of contact. Coming into the bus stop chicane here. And Housley does just get ahead before coming into the corner.
In that moment, there was 4 drivers that were too wide with the other, and
Wow.
this is looking really close. And in their positions, every point counts.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's a close championship at the moment.
But Lorgiston actually seems to be catching up to Hamadir here. He was a second slower, but I think the DRS has helped him tremendously, as he went from 6/10 the beginning of the straight to 3.5 at the end of it.
Looks like Radcliffe could be on for a P2 finish here. Lodestam in P2 currently, but has a 6-second time penalty, so well, Radcliffe, all he needs to do is stay within 6 seconds of Lodestam and be good for that P2 finish.
Yeah, I mean, with 5 laps left to go, that's a lot of time. That's not a lot of laps, sorry, for Radcliffe to lose 6 seconds of time to Logiston. So as long as he can hold this, it's looking very good for him.
Also, just now, Razzie has picked up a 3-second time penalty, which would probably put him down to P9, which is incredibly unfortunate.
Yeah, penalties can really make or break your race, and Housley there actually making a nice move on Razzie, on Sogard, sorry. Sogard trying to come back at him through the bus stop chicane, doesn't quite manage it. And starting the 18th lap now, Housley ahead of Sogard. A nice move by him.
And actually, Housley has, I think, the fastest compound, as he's only 3 laps old, and he could be on for P5.
I mean, he could be, yeah, with Razzi's penalty, and Jolly only less than a second away from him. It's looking. No, not that's it. I'm getting all confused. And Jolly made contact with Razzie at turn 4 and spins out. Back on the track there quickly for him, but lost 4 positions. It looked like that was
4 positions.
That looks a lot like what happened with me and Green last season when I was Jolly
In the
that
same
situation.
chicane.
Yeah, same corner, same situation it looked like. Very unfortunate for Jolly. I'm sure he's not going to be happy about that.
But if we look up into the positions, Grevin has slowly edged closer to Hamadir.
He has, but with 6 seconds of
With
penalties.
6-second time penalties, it's...
I mean, Hammond is going to have to make a big mistake. If he has any chance.
Yeah. As of right now, Lurgiston is actually looking like he's going to be P7 from his penalties. Unless he makes more of a gap to everyone, really. But it's kind of difficult to do that. A 3-second gap, or maybe a 6-second gap to everyone in 3 laps is... It's almost unheard of.
Oh yeah, for sure. You've also got to point out as well, all of a sudden it does look a lot darker and a lot more cloudy. Now with 3 laps left to go, whether rain is going to have an effect, I'm not sure, but if it does come anytime soon, and depending on how heavily, it could cause a lot of issues.
Oh no!
Lurgiston picks up
It
another
appears
3
Lurgiston
seconds.
has actually picked up another 3-second time penalty, which would put him in P9.
Wow, so
That
P2 on
is-
track. We're going down to P9,
P9.
purely based on penalties. Wow.
Man, that is incredibly disappointing. Also, honestly, I'm incredibly impressed with how Housley has went from the back of the pack to currently in the middle of it, and still fighting for positions, as he's currently net P5. Actually, let me check on the penalties. Yeah, he's currently net P5, as Grevin has 12 seconds of penalties.
12
That
seconds.
is...
Oh, Sogard is
Oh.
retired.
Sogard.
Sogard is DNF'd.
Is this gonna? It's
Not
gonna be a
gonna be a
virtual
PSA.
safety car. It looks like, not a full one, but
Virtual safety car. Oh, might have
And
been some
Lurgiston-
collision with somebody, or maybe him going a bit
Lurgiston-
too hard on the exit.
Lurgiston and Luhoff actually decide to pit with 2 laps left.
That is incredibly interesting. Oh, and we can see a couple of rain droplets.
Oh, the end of this race is about to get a whole lot more interesting. You
Luhoff
can see
looks
the
like it's
has
rain.
coming-
just pitted for Inters.
Looks like
Wow.
it's,
And
the
Charlie
rain's
as well.
The rain's coming down quite a bit now, actually.
I mean, if the rain continues to come down a lot in these last 2 laps, the guys going to Inters now could, I mean, win big.
Make
But
a
it's
big
such
comeback.
a big gamble.
And as the other drivers might still remain on these dry
Oh, and
20
Luhoff.
seconds of time, that is...
That is
I've never
hard.
seen that happen.
Me
That is
neither.
incredibly unfortunate, because I think he was slowing down, but he didn't have enough time, as the virtual safety car finished before he would able to slow himself down, and that is just incredibly unfortunate for Luhoff there, as that practically ruined his race.
And you can see now the rain starting to come down quite a bit now. And,
Yeah, it's
you know,
coming down quite
nearly,
heavily.
you know, kind of 2 laps left. Is it going to be enough for these Inters to fully take effect.
I think that switching to inters might have been a decent call. I'm not too sure if it might beat them, but they're. Oh, I can see that
Sector 3
the soft
especially is just
compounds.
very wet.
It's coming on heavily now. And Hamid after breaking a lot earlier now. He's staying out for another lap. DRS is now disabled, so that is a sign.
That is a big sign
And
that
Connor-
switching to wet
Connor and
compound
Housley
tires.
all going to intermediates for what seems like 2 laps.
And spin in sector 2. For
Jahavazal
a bait.
retiring from the session as well. He had an accident in Sector 2.
And a lot of people actually pitting. And as of right now, the gap to Hamadir is actually not that big, but it's all about who can handle the rain
Oh yeah,
with
for sure.
dry compounds.
I mean, a lot of the people have opted for
Loves
inters now.
them. I think he just crashed on top of that Rouge. But I don't think we'll see Hamid pit now. He's just going to try to go this laps. He is really struggling on these mediums. I'm not too
Ooh.
sure what compound Radcliffe on. He's on the intermediate, so Radcliffe could take the win
Radcliffe is
here.
gaining incredibly quickly, and the more this race goes on, the wetter the track gets, and the harder it is for Hamadir to keep his position. As Radcliffe gained 4 seconds in this lap alone, and still gaining incredibly quickly.
This is just honestly insane. I mean, Radcliffe is going to be extremely happy with the position he's in now. He's already in 3rd place. It's wet and he's on the correct tyre, which some people are not. And, you know, I have a nickname for him that he's the wet wizard because, I mean, he performs extremely well in these types of conditions. So you can already see just from the start of me talking earlier, he's already made up nearly 5 seconds.
10 seconds, I think. And he's still gaining. This could be a win for Radcliffe.
It's an absolutely stupendous amount of time.
And a
that these guys
P2
have
for
fun losing.
Housley, because he's still gaining too.
Yeah, I think Hamid not pit. Yeah, he's just having to really control his car there, going through the bus stop chicane.
You can
Hamid
see
now Radcliffe up to P2. And looks like Radcliffe's going to take the win here.
Razzie has come into pit at the start of the last lap. Razzie's decided
I
to
don't
pit
know
at the
if that
start of
was
the last lap.
the best call.
No.
I would say just keep going and gun it.
I mean, if you've made that decision to stay on the slicks for that long, you can't then pit at the start of the last lap.
And here we go. Radcliffe about to overtake Hamid here.
3/10. He's gaining extremely quickly, and I'm assuming he would overtake him at least after the chicane.
Trying to round the
And he's
side.
side by side. They're banging
Makes him
wheels.
front. And that looks like that's going to be the win for Radcliffe.
And that
Hamid is on the
Radcliffe takes the
mediums.
lead.
So that is going to be very tough for Hamid.
Let's not forget, Housley
And Housley
has overtaken Hamadir as well.
Oh, and
and
Hamid,
Luhoff as well.
a big
Oh
snap of
my
overstay for
lord.
Hamid. There was so
And
much
looks like
going
Rory
on.
Bates. And looks like Rory Bates going to take Hamid as well. This could be Hamid out of the podium position.
I mean, Hamid is the
I
only
think it
person
does
on
mean that he's
slicks
out
at
of the
the
podium
moment.
position. But let's not forget, too, Rory is currently behind him, and he's overtaking him. And he needs to make a 5-second gap between him and Hamadir in P5, which I think would honestly be quite
I think
Quite
it's
easy.
possible.
I mean,
as
Hamid,
Hamadir is
And
struggling
Jolly.
incredibly.
Jolly overtaking Hamid as well.
Overtakes Hamadir as well.
I mean, Hamid is just getting absolutely slaughtered here. In less than a lap, he's gone from P1 to P6 in these conditions.
That is
Hamid.
just...
Jolly's already got a 2.4 second gap from Hamid.
But here we go.
Oh.
Conor Radcliffe coming around the final corner now. And he's going to be winning the Belgian Grand Prix. What a race. I mean,
Housley in
few-
P2.
even a few laps ago, you could not have expected this finish.
But I think Luhoff would be going down a few positions as of the 20-second penalties. But
Oh, it's a race to
it
the
might
finish
get
line
removed.
between Razzie and Hamadir as well. Wow.
Oh, that was extremely interesting at the end of this race. What a race this was.
Wow, wow, wow.
That race got flipped upside down very quick at the end of it. That was
I
very
mean,
unfortunate for Hamida. I mean, we all thought he was going to win that. Like, he was clear in front, absolutely just gaining. But I think Hamida not pitting on the 20th lap really screwed him there.
Who would have thought that
And that,
in
that's
2 laps, a 20-second lead would turn into him in P5? What a race this has been. Extremely incredible. Driver today being Ratcliffe.
wow. I
that's
mean, I'm not
absolutely.
surprised.
I'm not
I mean,
surprised either. His pace on the intermediates was incredible.
the first guys to go to intermediates really paid off big because Jolly was one of them as well, and he's finished on the podium.
Also, it looks like a British podium as well.
Oh yeah, an all British podium. Wow.
I remember that it happened to me once as well last season, and it was Silverstone, and all top 3 were also British. So, but what a race this has been! Incredible,
Absolutely
and just
incredible.
really interesting. But wow,
I've never seen a race like it when it just flips so quickly at the end, like that.
Yeah, that
honestly, that
really
was
screwed Hamida's race there. And that
it went
looks like
from a
a real.
win to not even a podium. That was
His P1 and
disappointing.
just the podium slipped out of his hands in a matter of seconds there. And it'd be interesting what Howard has to say on that. Still good points though, but it's not the points he wants to be getting.
Not the same points as what would have been promised them if Spa had not turned his back on Hamida. Extremely unfortunate, though.
Wow. All right. Well,
Wow.
let's get these interviews set up. Just get these guys in the interview room. Let's see here.
And next race, it's going to be round 6 with Silverstone.
Oh, Silverstone, yeah.
It's going to be really good.
Some good Silverstone. Anyway, I suppose we should start with our race winner. Connor, come on up here.
Oh my god. All I'm gonna say is imagine not driving a McLaren but still doing a Lando Norris.
Wow. I mean,
that was kind of flipped on its head, wasn't it?
yeah, we could not have seen that coming at all. Was it, 2 or 3 laps to go, and we see you come into the pits under the VSC for Inters?
No, I didn't pit under the VSC. I did
was it
it
not under VSC?
Right after.
No, that was.
Oh no, yeah, no, you weren't the
Luhoff.
ones who came under VSC. You did it like 2 laps to go.
Yeah, Luhoff and Lergestam, who I was both. Lergestam was ahead of me and Luhoff was behind me. Lergestam came in for the softs, and then Luhoff came in for the inters, and it was like a bit too early because it's like by the time I finished that lap, it was ready for inters, and like that's when I came in the next lap after that. And I was expecting the other 2 to go in with me, but they both decided not to. So I was like, "Hang on, I could win this here." But yeah, I gained like 20 seconds in 2 laps or whatever it was. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what to say. Because I think I qualified like 10th, which was just off pace because I think I put the wrong setup on. I'm not too sure. But yeah, just I got P10. I wasn't expecting much. And I was on for P2, and I found that quite funny because that would be my 4th in a row. And then yeah, got P1. Yeah, we're not expecting that, and I'm not sure. I think something happened with Jolly, which gave Rory a penalty or something on the safety car or VSC. So I think Rory might be
Interesting.
P3 depending on if it was legit or not. So it could be a double podium, but I'm not too sure.
Well, let me just have a look here again. So yeah, Rory did pick up 5 seconds. So that result could change. You're right.
Rory's just made a ticket saying that it was desync and he should be P3. So I'm not sure. I think he's uploading something now, but yeah, if
Interesting.
it's a
Well,
double podium, then that's something. I mean, we would have both gained, I think, 10 positions. Well, yeah, because he started P13 as well. So it was a good race. I was telling him, don't Lando Norris it. Come in for the Inters, don't brave it. And yeah, it worked out. So that was really a quick change of conditions, though. I wasn't.
yeah, I mean, at first when people first started pitting
Yeah,
for Inters, I thought you were all mad.
because going on the to like 20, I think it was. It literally just started spitting as we went across the line, which is when the VSC came out. And that's when everyone, well, Luhoff went in for the Inters and Lidgestone went in for the soft. And I was like, it's not ready yet. But by halfway around that lap, it was full Inters. Like it was
Oh yeah.
crazy. So I wasn't too sure. I just came out like I think 2 or 3 seconds ahead of Luhoff, so it was worthwhile staying out. But yeah, I wasn't expect. I didn't. It's kind of just an unknown of who would come out first. But yeah, no, I was not expecting that. And P1, so I'm not sure if that's the championship lead or not. I'd have to look it out, but it could be. I think Hamadeh got P5, right? Can't remember if he did. But if I don't know, I'll work it after the race. But yeah, not
But
expecting that.
yeah, I mean, what a race! Starting P10, P1, can't complain.
No.
And it was great to watch you racing. What was it?
Oh, living up to the name.
Living up to the name, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thanks you three for commentating, and I'll speak to you in a bit.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
All right.
Who is coming up next? Housley, is he in here? Oh, and Ratcliffe's dad actually in the chat saying a great overtake. It was those last few laps. Mark Rat was insane to watch. It doesn't look like Housley is here. So, Jolly, come on up. Our P3 driver.
Let's go.
I mean, maybe P4 if Rory's claims are legitimate, but how did that race go for you, Jolly? I mean, at first, it seemed like, again, just the end just completely flipped everything on its head, but
I was sizing up nicely, and then I got spun.
yeah, I saw we caught the spin on stream actually, and I pointed out it looked very similar to what Green did to me last season in season 2.
That was annoying, and probably tanked what could have been a better result. I pitted for Inter so early, like with the first few drops when that safety car came out. But then it got too wet, and Hamadir stayed out, and on the last lap, I won't rub it in too much. He's been finished by half the grid.
Yeah, I mean, I felt very, very sad for Hamadir. The last lap, he was the only one on slicks, and he went from first to 6th, I think it was. But I mean, no, you had a great race, and the call with the Inters worked out perfectly. So, P3, not too shabby.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
All right, well, thank you very much, Jolly, and I'll speak to you later.
Cheers, thanks for commentating, you guys.
All right, so my voice is dying, so you two can do the rest of them. So I don't
No
know
worries.
who you guys want to bring up next.
Whoever wants to have a say in something. It looks like
Hello,
Hamid here
hello.
does.
The man
Yeah.
himself.
I mean, I'll start with quali again. So quali, I mean, I got a great lap. I think this is my first pole of this season so far, so I was very happy about that lap. I was only by 200ths of a second as well to Yagin. Then in the race, I got a bit of a bad start, but I think the inside is always a bit compromised on this track, so yeah, it was a bit inevitable. So I just conceded to Yagin, gave him P1, and he just absolutely flew. He had so much pace today. It's a shame that he couldn't really embrace on it. I tried to undercut him when I was saw that I couldn't get within his DRS. Was a bit of a mistake. I joined in right behind Rory's AI, which was absolutely a fucking snail, pretty much everywhere. So I lost a lot of time from that. I think like 4 seconds. And then when Rory had already rejoined, I tried overtaking him into turn one, and on the exit he just completely shoved me off and regained the position by such. Don't know what he was thinking there. I already made a ticket, but yeah. Then yeah, I think another safety car because of I don't know why. Then yeah, Jagen spun out under the safety car. Very unlucky from him because, as I said, he had amazing pace. Who knows what could have been for him? And yeah, then towards the end of the race, I had Lariustam behind him, behind myself, and I was just always trying to keep him behind me because I knew that once I started battling with him, Connor might get through and such because he was like P3 at the time. And yeah, I managed well. And then I think Larisam got front wing damage, and he just, I don't know, pitted. And then I saw the first few drops of rain. I think it was lap 19 or 20 actually when it appeared. But I thought, it's too late. It's not gonna be inter conditions anytime soon. And right as I passed the pits on lap 20, or no, yeah, 20, starting 21, Jeff just told me that I should come in, but I was already just past. And then right into turn one, I suddenly felt how the grip was completely gone. It was like an absolute switch, like someone completely flipped the switch and just grip changed from dry to wet. And the only thing that I could have done better probably was pit on lap 21. I was just being a Lando and did not do that, which was a bit dumb for me, but yeah. Overall, a very fun race. I enjoyed it, to be honest. So yeah. Not really bothered about the result too much. Congratulations to Connor. I mean, I don't know how he does it, but he always just comes back from so far in the down the field, and his race pace is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was very unfortunate in the last few laps, but the rest of your race was looking really, really good, and some great battles as well. But yeah, it's just one of those decisions which it's a hard one to make, and unfortunately, it was the wrong one this week. But no, unfortunate result for you today. But look forward to Silverstone next week, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a fun track. I'll enjoy it.
But you're not British, so you're not allowed to win it. Just saying.
Fair enough. P2 then.
Do I get a pass for that if I win?
It was an all
yeah,
British podium today.
You have to be British, or you have to be racing for Alfa Romeo.
There you go. See.
Yeah.
All British
Just like
podium
that.
today and next week. Of course.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna be looking for my redemption.
oh yeah, no, you're gonna get it. I know it.
I need to get new pedals too. My pedals they're bad. Like my throttle keeps jittering when I'm on low speeds, which is garbage. So
Yeah.
hell, I could be twice as fast if I get new pedals. I'm on to get one. So hopefully by next race.
All right. Well, we'll bring Halsey up here because it looks like he's here now.
He's just not joined yet.
Yeah.
And then we'll end it after this. But Halsey, how you doing? P2.
All right. I just
Seemingly out of nowhere.
pretty much, yeah. I don't even know what happened at the start. My screen froze, and yeah. just ended up P10. I don't even know what happened to Yao Gandhi. What even happened?
So basically, what happened was I saw you ghost it, but then all of a sudden I just see an Alpine turn into a fidget spinner, but stopped midway through from the wall. So basically, spun, hit the wall, bounced out of it. I was trying to avoid it, but then boom, there goes my front right, and then yeah,
That's
death.
unlucky. I don't even
It
know what
was.
happened in that race. Just battling with Davies and Rory. Didn't battle me, which was good because I felt like he was gonna kill me, like Canada. But
At some
yeah,
point,
I know I was battling Davies so hard, even though he was in a Ferrari. I got shoved off the track like twice. I just couldn't battle him. No offense, I kind of glad when he crashed so I could not get battled the nicest way possible. Yeah, and
but
Mika, that dive bomb was scary on the last corner. He just dive bombed me like there was no end. But luckily I came out P2. I don't even know how he got 20 seconds for penalties, but yeah.
I think it was for speeding under VSC.
Oh, that's his problem then.
Yeah.
He wants to go up. Let him up. Oh, you
Oh,
don't
is
even
this
have to let him up.
Luhoff?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
can't.
let him up. Let him up.
I'm not gonna say
It,
any much. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I'm just gonna say that this race was complete bullshit. I had my medal didn't work, and then I had to do GeForce Experience, which always fucks up my game. So I had screen freezes every like 10 seconds. So I was like put back in total like again 5 seconds or something. And I feel like my speeding in under safety car was of VSC was not valid, but everyone said apparently they did, which is I don't agree with that. So yeah.
What even happened to Andrew, man? Like I saw him behind me. He had a drive-through penalty on my screen, and he just never went for it. Like what?
if you want, I can send you the clip for it.
Oh yeah, please.
But yeah, Max, I just dive bombed you for
Yeah,
so like yeah, I was
I
gonna
wasn't
try
letting
to
that happen. I was gonna be clean. I was clean. I don't even know why I was 2 seconds behind me at last corner. I might have killed you lately, but I don't know. It is what it
like
is.
I was like 1/10 behind or 2/10. It
Yeah,
wasn't much. So I could have done it, but I was like
he was a whole car length behind, but
yeah,
it was
yeah,
clean racing, so who
yeah,
cares?
that was good.
Oh,
So see you guys.
well, Amadeo nearly killed me. I'd like to mention. Thank you, Amadeo.
I mean,
A
at some
smooth
point,
driving.
you were 3 wide with
I don't even
I think Davies
probably.
and somebody else, but you were 3 wide
Davis
and
has
near
no
it.
mercy. He just wants to kill me. I had to back out of anything that was to do with him. Thankfully, Connor backed out. If he didn't, I would have been in the wall. End of the race. But Connor is a clean racer, so it's all right. I'd like to mention again, Hamadir. That was dangerous. You literally took my whole wing out. The last lap.
You
It was
think I can just
disgusting.
break at the normal breaking point with
I was right
six
behind
year
you.
conditions?
I had to lock up, and I thought like Luoff would get ahead of me.
Oh,
If that did
what am
happen,
I supposed to do?
I don't know. Let me through.
Yeah, you're right. My mistake. Sorry.
Anyways, guys.
At least you know for next time.
Hey, P2 Housley, great result for you and Haas. Unfortunate for
Yeah.
your
I don't even
reserve
know what
today.
happened to him.
Teammate.
Um,
He spun in the safety
He never
car.
came back. He was disconnected. He's not said it.
yeah.
Yeah, he spun and then he broke his front wing, which then put him back 8 positions from first.
Yeah. Oh
He had
well.
incredible pace as well.
Where am I in the championship? I swear I've got like most consistent result.
I think
I'll,
you're last.
Oh yeah, accurate that is.
I'll make sure to
Nah, if
calculate
you
it
want, I can
after
check
this.
for you.
Yeah.
But anyway, we should probably end it there. Thank you for racing today, Housley. I know you are contemplating not, but I hope you don't regret it.
Oh, I don't regret it. I'm a bit tired though.
No, that's fair enough. Anyway, my
But
voice is absolutely dying. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you all very much for coming along. Thank you, I'll get Camdy for coming up and commentating as well.
absolutely.
And check out the tier 2 stream on Sunday, so you can watch me DNF here on one of the curbs. And see you all then.